Setting goals is a very important part of our life's process. The ultimate reason for setting goals is to entice you to become the person it takes to achieve them. Goals are like a magnet. They pull. The stronger they are, the more purposeful they are, the bigger they are, and the more unique they are, the stronger they pull. If you go to work on your goals will go to work on you. If you go to work on your plan will go to work on you. Whatever good things we build end up building us. If you want to be successful, if you want your life to really change in major ways, this is one of the fundamentals. A constant plan for setting, rearranging, evaluating, and strengthening the purpose of your goals. We need to look ahead and plan our future carefully. The future holds great promise, and this promise can be a powerful force in your life. There are two ways to approach the future, with fear or with excitement. From my travels around the world, I've seen that most people approach the future with fear. Why? Because they haven't planned it well and leave it for someone else to sort out. But the best way to face the future is with excitement. You can feel excited about the future if it is clear and well planned. In setting goals, it's very simple. Number one, decide what you want. Take a little time to sit down and say, what do I want? What kind of skills do I want? What kind of income do I want for the future? Where would I like to go? What places would I like to visit? What habits would I like to acquire? What skills would I like to have? Just take a little time to think about what you want. Economics, friendships, people you'd like to meet, places you'd like to go. Take some time, and then I suggest, when you've thought about what you want for the future, make a list. Jot it all down. It's really a very simple process. Get together with your family, your wife, your husband, your children, your business colleagues, and make it one of the major fundamentals in your life, constantly setting, rearranging, evaluating, and strengthening the purpose of your goals. That's the number one fundamental for success. Here's number two, a clear picture of what you intend to do with your present resources. That's a fundamental, figuring out a plan of what to do and how to manage your present resources. Most everyone I talk to already has something. The big question is, what are you doing with it? Most everyone has some time, some resources, some money or a paycheck or some kind of resources. They have some kind of net worth. The big question is, what are you doing with it? Where are you investing it? Where are you putting it? You need to understand about society and money. You need to know how to earn it, where it comes from, and how to manage it. Kids should learn early what to do with money. If a child spends their dollar right away, they're learning bad habits. These habits often stick with them as they grow older. We usually stick to the money plans we learn as kids. We teach about money in terms of the goose that lays the golden eggs. You should be a happy taxpayer. Some of your money should go into banks so successful people can borrow it to start businesses and employ more people. You should also give some money to charity. It's important to have a plan for managing your money so that you don't end up broke at 65. You should have enough to share and enjoy. Make a plan to use all your resources wisely. What I mean is, we all need a steady plan for learning, a steady plan for visiting the library, and a steady plan for attending lectures and seminars. Many folks only stumble upon ideas sporadically, maybe when chatting with someone or stumbling upon a helpful book. When you listen to a sermon, make sure to bring along your journal to jot down notes. Wherever you go, make a point to gather knowledge intentionally. Do it consistently, every day, without fail. We also need a regular plan for reading books. Many people read randomly or not at all, without a clear plan for selecting the right books. Unfortunately, those who opt for comics over classics miss out on valuable insights that could truly enhance their lives, simply because they lack direction. Here's a good thought to consider. Rarely does a good idea interrupt you. Good ideas must be pursued. You must go where they are. You must seek them out. There's an important Bible phrase that says, if you seek, if you search, you will find. Sure enough, a consistent plan for gathering knowledge, reading books, attending lectures, putting together ideas, and having a place to capture them, like a journal, where you can repeat them and go over them, is fundamental. If you follow this, it will put you in the top 5%. Guess how many people have a consistent plan for the gathering of knowledge? The answer is very few. What you want to be is one of the very few. You absolutely need a detailed plan for how you spend your time at work. We call it a game plan. Many folks just try to figure out their day, week, or month in their heads. They wake up thinking, I have to go to work, and that's about it. But having a game plan, a plan for your finances, work time, and personal time is crucial. Your family needs a game plan to ensure you don't miss out on important things that contribute to your success. The kids, mom, dad, everyone needs a game plan. Whether you're in business or not, having a detailed plan for how you use your work time is essential. In the leadership seminar, we talk about how to put together this detailed plan for the day, for the week, for the month, and how to stretch out a plan for 6 months and per year. In doing business around the world, we found that you have to detail the plans in great detail. Otherwise, sure enough, you're going to miss something. I can promise you that a detailed plan for the use of your work time will put you in the top 5% because most people don't have one. Mr. Showoff shared with me when I first met him, when I was 25 years old. He said, Jim, to do better, you've got to get around the right people. If you have a constant association with people who can better your life and better your lifestyle, you can't believe the progress that you can make. An association of people with common interest in progress, success, ideas, and philosophy. I have a good phrase for you. Never mistake the power of influence. The man says, well, I live here, but it doesn't really bother me. See, that's not true. He says, I'm around these people, but they really don't bother me. See, that's not true. Whoever you're around, whoever you're with, is exerting some kind of influence on your life. What you must do, and this would be the good year to do it, the first year you've heard about it, is make plans to get around the right people. People who talk positive ideas, people who talk philosophy, the refinement of philosophy. See, just the latest joke won't help. You've got to get around people who read, people who are successful, and people who are growing and changing. Otherwise, your influence is going to be in the opposite direction. I know most of us, wherever we work, have to be around some negative influences, but what you must do is counterbalance that by associating with the right people, getting around the right people who can help to change your life for the better. Associating with the right people on a constant, consistent basis. Work on that one, if you will. Work on an association with the right people who can help you grow financially, personally, spiritually, and socially. Sure enough, it will put you in the top 5%. Guess how many people have an association with people of common interest in progress, success, ideas, and philosophy? The answer is very few. But be one of the few. Mr. Showoff taught me this one when I first met him at age 25. He called it lifestyle, learning how to live. A constant plan for figuring out ways to live uniquely and to enjoy your present substance. Lifestyle is the challenge of learning how to live well. See, if you earned well and didn't live well, that would be pitiful. If a man made a great deal of money, but his personality didn't change and his lifestyle didn't change, his uniqueness didn't change, see, that would be pitiful. It's pitiful to find a man in a $500,000 home who is, sure enough, a $5,000 man, learning the skills of lifestyle, what to do with your money so that you get joy from it. Showoff taught me the simplest little things like tipping. He taught me what the word tip meant. I didn't know. I'm from a little farm community. What did I know about tipping? He said, tip. The word tip comes from a little phrase called to ensure promptness. The more I thought about that, the more I understood what he meant. If a tip is to ensure promptness, when should you give it? Answer, up front. You don't wait to see whether or not you've gotten good service to decide to tip. You ensure good service. Mr. Showoff said to me, sophisticated people make sure they get good service. It's just one of the little things to learn called lifestyle. How to enjoy your family, how to enjoy your money, how to enjoy your time and your substance, how to enjoy your own thoughts, figuring out ways to anticipate your family's needs, and doing it with joy instead of animosity, getting great delight in the substance you now have. Most people say, if I had more money, I'd be happier. But happiness is something you have to work on besides money because the money won't make you happy. One of life's greatest lessons is realizing the vast potential for learning. There's almost nothing you can't learn if you put your mind to it. You could even learn multiple languages. There are countless skills waiting for you to develop. It's crucial to have a timetable and a plan for honing these skills. Don't settle for less than your full potential. Imagine reaching the end of your life and realizing you've only lived a fraction of it, missing out on becoming the person you could have been, and neglecting the skills you could have mastered. Developing your personal skills requires discipline, but it's incredibly rewarding. Attend classes, do everything you can to learn and grow, whether it's leadership, diplomacy, language, or business skills. Make sure you prioritize the development of all your personal skills. Keeping my old list of goals, I'm telling you, this served me so well. Keeping my old list of goals, I look back now 10, 20 years ago at goals I set, lists I made, and I smile now because here's what I thought was so important 20 years ago. Now some of those things aren't even on my list. I've got a new list. I've grown. I've changed. I've matured. But I give you that advice. Decide what you want. Number 2, write it down. Number 3, keep the old list. And then here's number 4. When you get something that's on one of these lists, check it off. Part of the fun of having a list is checking it off. And if you can add some drama to checking it off, see, that's what really helps. I set a goal to go to Spain many, many years ago. And when I finally made my first trip to Spain, I had that journal with me that had that list in it. While I had my journal on my lap waiting for the wheels to touch down in Madrid, I waited until the wheels touched the runway and I checked it off. I'm just adding a little drama. So part of the fun of having a list is checking it off. Now here's what's important about the list and designing your future. If the future gets clear, the price gets easier. You've got to remember, for every promise, there's a price to pay. Everybody's got to pay the price. Everybody's got to do the deal. Everybody's got to do the disciplines. Everybody has to pay. But here's what I've discovered. If the promise is clear and powerful, the price is easy to pay. Setting goals is plain hard work. It's work. I know it's work. That's why a lot of people just let it slide. It's work. Many people work hard on their jobs, but they don't work hard on their futures. They just let that slide, and the work involved is making plans. I know most people don't. I understand that. But don't let that be you. A guy says, well, yeah, you work where I work. By the time you struggle home, it's late. You've got to eat a bite of supper, watch a little TV, get to bed. You can't sit up half the night planning. And the guy's a good worker, a hard worker, sincere. But you got to be better than sincere and working hard. You got to be better than a good worker. You've got to be a good planner. Somebody once wisely said, the people who fail to plan are planning to fail. Well said. Put your goals in your journal because one of the major people you want to study is yourself. So here's the list of goals I put together 3 weeks ago. Here's the list of goals I put together 2 years ago. Here are some of the changes I made. Rearranging my priorities, scratching these off, putting these on, and achieving these. Study your accomplishments and your desires. Put them on paper, write them down. Here's another reason for writing your goals down. It shows you're serious about doing better. And to do better, you've got to get serious. You don't have to be grim, but you must be serious. I used to have an affliction called passive hope. It's an affliction. It's bad. Probably what's even worse than that is happy hope. Now that is really bad. That's bad happy hope. So get serious about your goals. Put them on paper. Write them down. There are all kinds of goals. His goals, her goals, their goals, business goals, financial independence goals, family goals. There are so many things to work on that if you don't get busy and work on it, sure enough, the time will pass. And sure enough, 5 years from now, you'll wind up where you don't want to be, wearing what you don't want to wear, driving what you don't want to drive, and being what you don't want to be. Now's the time to fix it. And here's one of the important phrases of the evening. Your goals are affecting you, whatever they are. Your goals affect your handshake, your attitude, and your personality. Your goals affect the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress. All day long, we're being affected by our goals. Now, some people have goals, but they have such lousy goals that the effect is bad. I asked a guy one time, what are your goals for this month? The guy said, look, if I could just scrape up enough money to pay these lousy bills. That was his goal. I'm not saying it isn't a goal, it's a goal. But it's such a lousy goal that the effect is bad. You don't jump out of bed on Monday morning and say, oh boy, another chance to go out and scrape up the money to pay my lousy bills. See, you don't do that. Usually you say, oh, not another Monday. Some people have so given up on life that they have joined the Thank God It's Friday Club. How sad. Everybody hopes things will get better. Everybody hopes. Poor people hope. That ought to tell you something. It means the future does not get better by hope. It gets better by plan. In conclusion, reaching success means you need to regularly set, check, and improve your goals. Your goals affect everything about you, how you think, act, and feel. Writing them down shows you're serious about making progress. Hope alone won't get you there. You need a plan. A clear future and detailed goals are key to handling life's challenges and finding success in your finances, personal life, and career. Be around people who inspire you and help you grow. Keep learning and live a life that matches your values and dreams. Success isn't about one big effort, but about constantly planning, learning, and adapting. Focus on your goals and adjust as needed, and you'll be among the top achievers. Take this journey seriously, and you'll not only reach your goals, but also find deep satisfaction in living a purposeful life.